Yeah, Saturday's going to be a special day. It's been 40-plus years Coach K's been patrolling the sidelines. This Duke-Carolina rivalry, so many great players have crossed over these two campuses. You're a Tar Heel. I'm not a Dookie. Not that I support a Duke either, but this is how we're breaking this thing down. We're going to give our best teams during the Coach K era. And this isn't just 5 best players on each team, though. You want to construct a squad that I want my team to beat yours, and vice versa. Can I ask you quickly?
Yes.
Did you look at this like a modern basketball player? Are we going to see a real center in there? Are we going to see? What are we
we got a mix of old and new.
Okay.
The best starting 5 possible to beat your starting 5. That's where I came from.
Give me your PG. Let's start.
All right. So I'm running the secondary break, and I want 100 points a game. I need a fast point guard. So I'm picking somebody they call the Jet. An All-American point guard, Kenny Smith, is my starting point guard.
Was it? You had to do that.
I had to. Hey, I'm trying to go on a family vacations. I said it before. Kenny Smith, we can get out on a break, high flying, can find my wings, can shoot it. I'm going with him.
3-time All-ACC selection. Hard to argue with that, without a doubt. And it's your pops, and as you said earlier, I'm trying to get to Mexico, or wherever you're trying to go next, so I understand that. This was really tough. I thought Johnny Dawkins, I thought Hurley, I ended up with my boy Jay Will. The reason I chose Jay Will, not because he's a bucket getter, but you'll see, I want some multiple point guard and handle. But he'll be the first one to tell you, when Chris Duhon took over the the point guard responsibilities that championship year, it helped him. But he had to play off the ball and made them even more electric, allowed him to just worry about scoring or dropping dimes to Boozer and his crew. So it was a little hard for me to put him at the point, but he ain't going to be a sole point guard. His job is to go get buckets and mix it up and be a ball guard, do his thing.
All right, for the 2 guard.
And lock up your pops too.
He'll try. All right, so for the 2 guard, I need somebody athletic, somebody who can hit clutch shots down the stretch. And, you guys call him the GOAT, but we call him alumni. I'm going Michael Jordan.
It's easy, man. All right, I have no argument there. All right, and my number 2 spot, I'm going J.J. Redick, the greatest scorer in Duke history. I want some floor spacing. I want a guy that gets you buckets. We're not going to run J.J. off a bunch of screens like he got to do back in 2006, but we're going to find him open. He's going to knock down some shots. Redick's in the mix.
All right, next, I'm going 6'9", 225, top 75 player of all time, number 1 pick, James Worthy. I need someone to stretch the court, and I need somebody I could kick it up to him. He could either find my guy on assist, he can finish in the lane, he could find my big man. I'm going with James Worthy.
James could do it all, no doubt about that. All right, 3 spot, I go Grant Hill. This comes back to he's gonna get the ball off the rim, he's taking it up. J. Will's getting the ball, he's taking it up. We got guys that can go off the rim and get going out in transition, help this team score ahead of your defense before it is set. I do think we'd see a lot of buckets in this game, but this dude, for those that don't remember Grant, if somebody's watching it doesn't, I mean, the guy did everything you could possibly want on a basketball court on both ends, had to be in here. These are hard teams to pick, man. We have so many great players.
Exactly. For my 4-man, I needed a bruiser in the post, somebody who's big, who's going to create space, conceal your man, who's also smart. Roy Williams called him one of his smartest players he's ever coached. Sean May, he was my coach at UNC. I put you at the 4-man. Shout out. I need some kicks for that, man. I need some kicks when I come back.
Guy helped you win a championship. That's hard to argue that, too. I keep saying that. But you may have a matchup problem here.
Woo.
Now, we're going to figure this thing out. Zion, I mean, the guy is a comet. There's no way I couldn't build a team without him putting on it, despite all these great players at Duke that were hard to leave off. That dude's just different. And, I mean, we're talking about guys that get off the rim and go. He's going to play positionless basketball, do his thing. And, God, I missed that dunk. The 360, we saw it 10,000 times that year. But, man, he was amazing. And I'd love to see him play for the Pelicans sometime in the near future, maybe.
It'll happen. All right, look. 5-man, I need somebody who's scary, somebody they might call a psycho that'll get punched in the nose and still play in the game with a bloody nose. I'm going with my man T-Hands, Psycho T. So right now I got 4 national champions. 1 would have been a national champion if his arm didn't get broke, but I mean, you see him right there, T-Hands, one of the greatest player in college basketball history and for sure in North Carolina history.
You said one of. My guy might be the greatest college basketball player. 4 years, 4 Final Fours, 2 titles, a game where he went 10 for 10 against Kentucky and made the shot in the Elite 8 in '92 to keep that season going. It is Christian Laettner. I'm going to be real. I tried to find a way to put Zion at the 5 and go space out and go more modern and try to bust up your team, but I couldn't do it. Laettner had to be there without a doubt. I mean, we have no objective opinion here, but I think my boys are going to win.
I mean, it would be a good game. Best of 7. Who's coaching? I mean,
well, if you're coaching, I know I'm going to win. I'm good.
Well, hey, we'll have to see. I like my Tar Heels, man.
He likes his heels. That's a huge shocker. We'll find out about Saturday who he likes then. I think it's still the heels.